To think like Jaden Daniels would be held hostage in the pocket. Jaden Daniels had 17 carries on 17 yards on 7 carries. Like those aren't Jaden Daniels numbers. I mean, that was the game. That was the game, man. I asked the question. I did ask the question. You know, Washington played the Giants week 1. You know, was that a good enough test? It looked like it was just a buffer. It looked like one of those college games where Alabama is playing Chattanooga and it's just going to be a 67-3 ass whooping. It kind of felt like that with the Giants. So I asked the question, were the Commanders actually tested week 1? And we got that answer Thursday. We got that answer before all the games happened on Sunday. We got that answer in full. The Commanders had to remind themselves who they were. The Commanders that Giants game is a football game and it counts and everybody gets their credit. But the Giants, they're not contenders. The Giants aren't even pretenders. The Giants know that they're at the bottom. So when you got to see Washington actually scale themselves versus one of the top teams in the NFC after the Michael trade, thank you, Jerry, again, whatever. I mean, we got to see a battle today where we know a team is a contender for sure. Now, is the losing team a contender as well? I don't think they're pretenders, but I think that there are adjustments that need to be made. Now, we are going to break down the Washington Commanders versus the Green Bay Packers in a game that it was overmatched. It felt almost unfair when you look at the first half. And the first half score was 14-3. But in the manner of how the offense of Green Bay was moving and in the manner of how Green Bay's defense dictated Washington, we had never seen Washington get dictated like that before. We have watched Washington get beat. Yes, we watched Washington lose to Philadelphia. We watched Washington lose other games, but it wasn't in the manner of Jaden Daniels wasn't able to show Jaden Daniels' ability. Jaden Daniels was shut down in the running game. Nobody does that. Jaden Daniels has struggled in the passing game all the way until the fourth quarter. Nobody does that. And all the credit to Jaden Daniels for showing heart to the fourth quarter and never letting your team down. You even see Jaden Daniels take a hit where he might come out of the game and he just stays in the game. So all the credit to Jaden Daniels. These are just adjustments that need to be made. But the Green Bay Packers showed they are here to take down the number 1 seed from last year, week 1, in the manner that they did. To take down the dark horse for everybody this season in the Commanders. I mean, yes, Commanders went to the NFC Championship game, but they're dark horses in the way where nobody knows the max potential that Jaden Daniels can bring this team. And then to watch Green Bay just say, no. Everybody has called the Super Bowl contender since we got Micah, and it's time to start putting ourselves in this conversation for real. So we're going to break down the game, Blirt breakdown, football breakdown. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know, we're going to do our best to have the best football conversations and try to keep everything just football. But when it comes to this game, I mean, this game was weird. I mean, to know the Packers had one of their top wide receivers on the bench in Christian Watson with injury, to watch them go through that first drive and watch Jarran Reed get hurt. He scored a touchdown. They called it back off the flag, and it looked like he was grabbing his collarbone. Wish him the best. But it looked like the Packers were just depleted with wide receivers. Yes, they have their 2 tight ends set, and they have their running back with Josh Jacobs, so maybe we're thinking a running game. Well, after the Packers don't get the fourth down conversion on the first drive, very aggressive, Washington comes out onto the field and they go 3-and-out. Now, first watch, I actually thought it was, get the jitters out. This offense doesn't move like that. This offense is always moving. Stopping this offense for Washington always seems like a problem for every team. So I watched that first 3-and-out and said, yeah, that's not going to be a problem. They'll fix it. But then we got to see a drive from the Packers that kind of perked my ears up a little bit because they started at the 4-yard line and Jordan Love is just slinging it. And if Jordan Love, Jordan Love doesn't really care for the drag routes. He doesn't really care for the check down. Jordan Love is looking at 10, 15, 20 yards down the field. If Jordan Love plays Madden, Jordan Love's favorite play is all verts, all go, Hail Mary. He's just looking to throw deep. He's not looking to do anything else, really. From my tell, let me know if y'all think it's something different, but I think Jordan Love just loves to throw the ball deep. And to watch him have that drive, 90-play drive where he's hitting Tucker Kraft for 50 yards. And then he's having another 90-play drive where he's hitting Malik Heath for 30 yards down the field. Like, these are so gut-wrenching plays for the defense. You're like, God dang. This dude, he's not even trying to go short where we can try to make an open. He's just bombing the ball. Like, Jordan Love really was feeling himself in that first half. And I felt like the announcers felt it too. Like, this game it didn't feel close. It felt like Green Bay had taken control and that Washington needed to try to fight to stay in the game. Like, everyone on Twitter was corner like, how is this score only 14-3? The score should be more than this. But when you get the feel for the game, you're kind of like, it's still not even close, because if Washington comes close, they're just going to get back to the air raid that they had with Jordan. And doing all this talking about the offense, you would think that the offense led the game and they're the reason why they won this game. This game was won by the defense of the Green Bay Packers. This game was won by every unit on that defense. To watch these defensive backs, from Nate Hobbs to Keyshawn Nixon to, I believe, Valentine, 24. I mean, they let go of Jair Alexander. They let go of Eric Stokes. These are names that, household names for the Packers. To have this style and to let this defensive coordinator kind of run this defense the way he has, and then to give him a weapon like Micah. I mean, the marriage of the defensive line and the DBs is alive and well. To watch Jaden Daniels be put in the position where he's throwing the ball and defensive backs are jumping the routes. To watch Jaden Daniels not even try to juke out because he knows these guys will get me. These guys have been getting me. I mean, it was shocking to see a little bit, but it was also, I feel for Washington, good that they saw that. There are adjustments that need to be made in the game, and I felt Washington may have made it a little too late. But we're not talking about Washington yet. Y'all see the light? It's the victory light right there. That's the light in Green Bay right now. Washington did not take over. They ain't no red light tonight. Before we move over to the Packers defense, I wanted to talk about how Green Bay played that second half. See, Green Bay could have air raided all night. It could have tried to, get Jordan Love 400 yards, make him number one in the MVP race. He's in the race after a game like that. But to think they kind of just said, okay, now that we have the lead, now that we feel like we are in control, we are going to change our offense to play winning football. We're going to hand the ball off to Josh Jacobs. We're not going to look for these deep routes as much as we were looking. You see, I felt like LaFleur kind of opened the offense for Jordan Love early and said, hey, if you see it, take it. But then in that second half, he kind of reeled him in and said, hey, finish the game, win the game, let's get out of here. And I think that when you have a coach who understands that his offense can do that, and he does that at the right time, I mean, it's how you protect your offense during the season. It's how you build an offense that you know is potent. To watch wide receivers come out and different wide receivers come in. Dontavion Wicks, I mean, the kid played ridiculous to start the game. Tucker Kraft, the dude was, I mean, he ran a seam and it was like nobody was there. And he, like, when you look at it on screen, you're like, why is this guy wide open and nobody 10 yards around him? But it's a great scheme, and Jordan Love is utilizing his weapons well. I love those weapons for Jordan Love, and he's just going to get more back. I love how they ended the second half. I love how they played with Josh Jacobs. And I think this team can really be successful, but we have to turn over to this defense. I have to turn over to this defense because I knew this defense was good last year. I knew this was a top-tier defense at the end of the season. They started building momentum, and they were good. But what I saw today was a defense that, I mean, they're going to cause trouble for everybody. When you look at how this defense plays, and they play in unison, defensive line rushing to the quarterback as fast as they can to allow the defensive backs to play great coverage and know once this guy makes a break, I'm jumping it. Because Micah's getting there. Rashad's getting there. D tackles are getting there. Wyatt, all these boys. I mean, defensive line and defensive back, that marriage is very alive and well. But that's not my favorite part of this defense. My favorite part of the Green Bay Packers defense are these two interior linebackers, middle linebackers. I mean, these guys are box to box, hash to hash. They will ring your bell. They were playing the zone at times versus Jaden Daniels, and it looked like it was a double spy. It looked like Jaden Daniels couldn't go left or right because he had two savages salivating for him to go. If you step to the left, I'm going. And by I mean Quay Walker. And if you step to the right, I'm going. Edgerrin Cooper. I mean, these guys looked... I mean, listen, the stats speak for themselves. They had 18 tackles together, a half a sack, 3 quarterback hits. They're all over the field. These guys led the defense, and they allowed everybody to just play their positions. This defense is, oh my, oh my, oh my. They stick together. They stay healthy. This defense will be a problem for weeks to come. Now, shout out to Green Bay for winning the game. We got to turn over to Washington. I felt bad a little bit, but then to understand that Jaden Daniels didn't have any rookie growing pains, welcome. To understand that Cliff Kingsbury didn't really have any growing pains in Washington year one, welcome. Now, this defense has had some trouble, but I'm not going to get on the defense as much because I feel that the offense kind of set the defense up today. The Washington Commanders run the best hurry-up offense in the game. It was what they did at their best. It is how they were able to just give teams trouble in every aspect of the game. It's how they had guys like Noah Brown looking good. It's how Terry McLaurin was able to just find himself in positions where he's able to win these one-on-one matchups. Zach Ertz able to win these one-on-one matchups. Now, what the Commanders did in this game was they kind of just lined up everybody and they didn't run this offense that was so potent for them last year. They kind of sat back and said, hey, if you can beat us, you can beat us, but we're going to try to beat you head to head, man for man. And head to head, man for man, they could not line up with the Green Bay Packers. They could not line up with the Green Bay Packers. At one point, the Commanders had 2 backup guards getting blown up in the backfield to the point they could not run the ball. Jaden Daniels, I believe, had the most carries with 7, had 17 yards. Their running back nickname, they kept calling him Bill. He had 17 yards. And Austin Eckler, who I wish the best for, I hope it's not an Achilles tear, but we've all seen that injury. I hope it's not. Wishing you the best, man. 17 yards, though. There was no chance for the Commanders to have a rushing attack outside of anybody today. Usually, Jaden Daniels is able to at least carry the running game on his back. He was not even able to do that. Now, breaking down this offense, I feel like when they started running their hurry up, they started understanding, oh, this is where our juice is. Our juice is the running game with the hurry up game to open up the Jaden Daniels game. That is the offense of the Commanders. Now, are they going to make the adjustment in the future? Is that an adjustment they want to do? We'll find out coming week 3, but the tape will show it was rough watching the defensive line for the Packers just tee off on the offensive line for the Commanders. And with that being said, I would like to personally welcome Josh Conley Jr. Welcome to the NFL, my friend. You got Micah Parsons today. You got Micah Parsons today. That's a son by Micah Parsons. That was at one point, the Green Bay Packers were lining up Michael Parsons all over the defensive line, over the center, over this tackle, over this guard. Then they started to realize, oh, Micah, you're beating their right tackle. Go line up over there and stay there. Now, Mr. Conley, I don't know how you take football, but that, to me, was a sign of disrespect as well as a sign of, hey, we'll see what you got. Now, Micah didn't end up the game with some crazy number of sacks, so you did play your part as well as your quarterback playing his part, but all in all, you guys lost the game. There's going to be some tape that's going to look, dare I say, horrible, but everybody has a welcome to the NFL moment. Tonight was yours. Now, when it comes to the Washington defense, I would like to say you guys got to stop making Bobby Wagner your leader. And it's not a stop making him your leader. Somebody else has to help Bobby with the leadership role. Yes, last year was Frankie Louvu, but we haven't seen Louvu play up to the same potential he did last year. We haven't seen him come out with that same pop. Now, I'm going to come out on a limb and say that it's Mikey Sanistro, but that we need somebody else in this front seven to make the teams feel y'all. This was not a good performance anywhere around for the Washington Commanders. Now, they picked up a little bit defensively in the second half, and when it came time to get a stand, they made a stand. So, yes, you guys showed heart, but we need the heart in the beginning. We need the heart when when Jordan Love is looking down the field for Tucker Kraft. You guys are letting Tucker Kraft run right by you in zone. Everybody knows your zone. If your guy's going vert, you got to stay with him. You cannot get caught. You cannot get caught. This defense was not weaponized yet. So everybody needs to play up to the point. Now, Trent Amos made some great plays. Mikey Sanistro made some great plays. Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, They stopped picking on you in this game, but that doesn't mean other teams are going to stop picking on you. You know the Eagles are going to come picking on you. So, I mean, this was a rough game for Washington Commanders fans. And I don't feel bad as an Eagles fan, but I am a little shocked. I am a little shocked that this Packers team made Jaden Daniels look away. I don't feel the Eagles have done in 3 tries yet. Now, we've beat them twice. And the one time we lost, our quarterback didn't play, but we never made him look like this. Not like this. Let me know what y'all think about the Green Bay Packers. Is Jordan Love head of the MVP conversation? Are the Packers going to be a number 1 defense? Jaden Daniels. I mean, this is 2 games. These are rough starts for Jaden Daniels right now to his sophomore year. Are we going to see him come back to the form that he was last year? I mean, these are questions to have. These are questions to have. Where does the running game go now that your third down back is gone? Where does the passing game go? I mean, Cliff Kingsbury, Jaden Daniels, y'all have a couple more days now that you guys played this Thursday night game, but y'all have questions to answer. Y'all got work to do. Y'all have adjustments to make. But that's just part of the game, man. This is Blirt TV, Schmatty. Ow! Blirt TV. We gon' run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. Blirt TV. We gon' run it, run it, run it, run it, run it.